All right, we had a little bit of tough technical difficulty there while we got the live stream up and running. I hope we're live and people can hear us. I don't know that we have any viewers yet. So far, we've finished off the 200-yard medley relay, JV and varsity, and the 200-yard free relay, JV and varsity events. Up next is going to be event number 5, the girls' 200-yard individual medley junior varsity heat. And in lane 1, we have Ella Van Kirk from Maple Grove. In lane 3, Allie Kellner, Maple Grove. In lane 4, Zoe Hughes, Andover. And in lane 5, Claire Grimsheed, Maple Grove. Again, this is the 200-yard individual medley. All 4 strokes in this event. 50 fly, 50 back, 50 breast, and 50 freestyle to finish it off. It's like Allie Kellner in lane 3 for Maple Grove. He's out in front. It's Claire in lane 5 for Maple Grove. Next to Zoe of Andover in lane 4. And Ella Van Kirk in lane 1 for Maple Grove. As Allie Kellner comes into the turn for her final 50 of the event. And the other 3 swimmers coming in and touching just about at the same time. Battle for second place in this junior varsity heat. Allie's coming into the finish here. She'll finish off the race, touch at a time of 2 minutes, 42 seconds, .54. And that's Claire Grimsheed for Maple Grove touching second. Zoe Hughes of Andover, and Ella Van Kirk of Maple Grove. Up next is going to be the varsity heat, event number 6, girls 200-yard individual medley. In lane 1, we're going to have Molly Menning for Maple Grove. In lane 2, Morgan Sheely, Andover. Lane 3, Kaya Flaherty, Maple Grove. Lane 4, Kira Elliott, Andover. Lane 5, Maddie Hetland, Maple Grove. And in lane 6, Eva King, Andover. Again, for any of those who are watching, apologize for the technical difficulties getting this started. First dual meet of the season for your Maple Grove Crimson. It's Kaya in lane 3, Maddie in lane 5, Molly Menning over in lane 1. All out pretty quick in the butterfly. 1, 2, 3 for your Crimson. Looks like Kaya is going to extend that lead a little bit on this backstroke leg. Maddie Hetland will follow closely behind. And now Kira Elliott of Andover looks to have taken over third place. Molly Menning closely behind her over in lane 1. And we're coming into the final 50 here of the 200 IM. Kaya Flaherty is going to touch the wall with a comfortable lead as she turns for her final 50. It's a battle for second place. Molly Menning over in lane 1. Kira Elliott for Andover in lane 4. And Maddie Hetland, Maple Grove, lane 5. Kaya's got a comfortable lead here in this race. Looks like she will come home and touch first for your Crimson. And Maddie Hetland has got about a half a body length lead on Kira Elliott of Andover. See if she can hold her off as they come into the wall. And she does. Maddie Hetland second, Kira Elliott third, and Molly Menning for your Crimson in fourth. That'll complete the 200-yard IM. Up next is going to be event number 7, the girls 50-yard freestyle junior varsity. We're going to have 5 heats of this. Your first 2 heats for the 50-yard freestyle junior varsity are going to be all Andover heats. Then your next 2 heats will be all Maple Grove. And the final heat of the JV will be a mixed Maple Grove Andover heat. Up first, heat 1 of 5. We have Ireland Christensen for Andover, Betsy Gorowski in lane 2, Sophia Rowe, lane 3, Charlotte Davis, lane 4, and Molly Watson, lane 5. Coming in the wall, we got lane 5, Molly Watson touching first for Andover. Up next is Heat 2, again, all Andover. In lane 1, we have Zoe Hughes. Lane 2, Alexis Wynn. Lane 3, Aurora Gitter. Lane 4, Alexis Jackson. Lane 5, Lillian Muir. And in lane 6, Frankie Foster. Oh,
Do we know what we have? 43.
sorry, we're just updating the score here that we have. Your Crimson are in front, a score of 33-13. That'll be through the 200-yard IM scoring. Up next is Heat 3, an all Maple Grove heat. In lane 1 is going to be Amira Walton. Lane 2, Liz Sorensen. Lane 3, Evie Port. Lane 4, Greta Bansoff. And in lane 5, Abigail Luke. Here we go, Heat 3.
I'm not going to start pushing buttons.
Looks like that's Greta Bansoff in lane 4, out to a quick lead. She's going to touch in a time of 33:27. Nice swim for Greta. Liz Sorensen, she'll touch second, followed by Abigail Luke, Evie Port, and Amira Walton. Up next is Heat 4 of Junior Varsity. Again, all Maple Grove. In lane 1 is going to be Jaden Williams. In lane 2, Alyssa Pearson. Lane 3, Harper Marsh. Lane 4, Kana Gadke. Lane 5, Jacqueline Cadwell. And in lane 6, Miriam Mirad. Looks like Kana Gadke, along with Alyssa Pearson. Both good swims. Kana touching under 30 at 29.67, followed by Alyssa, then Jacqueline in lane 5. Jaden Williams, lane 1, touched 4th. Harper Marsh, lane 3, touched 5th, and Miriam Murad in lane 6. Up next is going to be Heat 5 of your Junior Varsity 50 freestyle. This is a combined Maple Grove Andover heat. In lane 1, we've got Vedka Thapa. Lane 2, Ariel Blichfelt for Andover. Lane 3, Genevieve Cadwell, Maple Grove. Lane 4, Emma Sokolovsky, Andover. Lane 5, Olivia Plude, Maple Grove. And in lane 6, Chloe Kenzie, Andover. Looks like we got lanes 4 and 5 battling it out right here at the turn. That's Emma Sokolovsky for Andover and Olivia Plude for Maple Grove. Looks like Olivia is pulling away here in the second half of this heat. And Genevieve Cadwell comes up and touches second for Maple Grove. Good swim, ladies. Both under the 30-second mark. Olivia touching at 28.12. Genevieve touching at 29.05. Up next is going to be event 8, girls 50-yard freestyle varsity. In lane 1 is going to be Charlotte Woods, Maple Grove. In lane 2, Grace Summerbell, Andover. Lane 3, Libby Bacher, Maple Grove. Lane 4, Allie Oswell, Andover. Lane 5, Lily Peterson, Maple Grove. Lane 6, Aubrey Haydick, Andover. It's Libby in lane 3, turning first, followed by Charlotte over in lane 1, followed by Lily Peterson over in lane 5. Libby is going to touch at a time of 24.66, followed by Charlotte Woods in lane 1 at a 26.42. Lily Peterson, lane 5, touching at 27.20. Nice swim, Crimson. Allie Oswald touched 4th for your Andover Huskies. We're going to take a break in action from swimming, and we got diving coming up here. We're going to take a quick break from the announcing portion of the live stream. Okay, I'll do my best to announce some diving here. That was just Josie Erickson for Andover, I believe. And up next is going to be Ellie Staley. I'm not going to be able to read the scores on this live stream feed, however. I believe that was Julia Marlin from Maple Grove. Up next is Cadence Andersland from Andover. Next diver is Whitney Kowalski from Maple Grove. Next diver is going to be Penny Buffum from Andover. Next diver is Ellis Landry from Maple Grove. Next diver is Josie Erickson for Andover. Next diver is Ellie Staley for Andover. Next diver, Julia Marlin for Maple Grove. Next diver is Cadence Andersland, Andover. Next diver is Whitney Kowalski for Maple Grove. Next diver is Penny Buffum for Andover.
They list the divers, but they don't list anyone else. That sound system.
Next diver is Ellis Landry for Maple Grove.
I thought there was a new sound system. For that, there's a sound system. They say that the new, it's like, this is it. You gotta go and refine everything.
Next diver is going to be Josie Erickson for Andover. We're in round 3. Next diver is going to be Ellie Staley for Andover. Next diver is going to be Julia Marlin.
Went underwater a little bit. We'll get it right by the end of the year. Come to think of it, Andrew Salberg was in translating for
Next diver is going to be Cadence Andersland for Andover. Next diver is Whitney Kowalski for Maple Grove. Next diver is going to be Penny Buffum from Andover. And final diver for round 3, Ellis Landry for Maple Grove. Up next, round 4, Josie Erickson for Andover will lead us off. Next diver is Ellie Staley, Andover. Next diver is going to be Julia Marlin for Maple Grove. Again, we're in round 4. Next diver is Cadence Andersland for Andover. Next diver, Whitney Kowalski for Maple Grove. Next diver is going to be Penny Buffum for Andover. Up next is going to be Ellis Landry, final diver of round 4. Round 5 now. First diver of round 5 is Josie Erickson for Andover. Next diver for Andover, Ellie Staley. Next diver in round 5 is Julia Marlin for Maple Grove. Next diver is Cadence Andersland for Andover. And next we have Whitney Kowalski for Maple Grove. Next up is Penny Buffum from Andover. Next diver, Ellis Landry for Maple Grove. All right, sixth round of diving. I believe this is our final round. Up first, again, is going to be Josie Erickson. For those wondering, Josie Erickson is a seventh grader at Andover. Up next is Julia Marlin for Maple Grove. Julia is a ninth grader. Next diver is Cadence Anderson for Andover. She too is a ninth grader. Next up is Whitney Kowalski from Maple Grove. Whitney is a senior. Next diver for Andover is Penny Buffum. Penny is a sophomore. And our last diver, Ellis Landry from Maple Grove. Ellis is a sophomore for Crimson. And that'll conclude our diving. We will get updated scores when those are posted and communicate those results as they come in. All right, as we get ready here for the second half of the swim portion of the meet, we got diving results in your JV divers for Andover. As I pull up their scores here, Josie Erickson finished with a score of 86.6. Ellie Staley for Andover finished with a score of 92.65. Moving over to the varsity results. In fifth place, Julia Marlin for Maple Grove finished with a time of 137.05. Cadence Andersland for Andover, 154.45, finished fourth. Whitney Kowalski, third place for Maple Grove, 169.2. In second place, Penny Buffum from Andover, 177.95. And in first place, Ellis Landry for your Crimson, 222.10. Into the water right now is event number 11, girls 100-yard butterfly, junior varsity. In lane 1 is Kana Gadke. Lane 3, Genevieve Cadwell. And in lane 5, Vedka Thapa. All three swimmers swimming at about the same pace at the moment as they turn for home here. This one truly is too close to call. Looks like it might be Kana Gadke over in lane 1. Just barely out touches Genevieve Cadwell in lane 3 and Vedika Thapa in lane 5. All finish at time of 1:15. Up next is going to be event number 12, girls 100-yard butterfly varsity. In lane 1 for Maple Grove is going to be Alyssa Pearson. In lane 2 for Andover, Lydia Gorowski. Lane 3 for Maple Grove, Maddie Hetland. Lane 4 for Andover, Leanna Seward. Lane 5 for Maple Grove, Clara Hughes. And in lane 6 for Andover, Aubrey Haydick. Out with a quick lead in lane 3 is Maddie Hetland for Crimson. She's followed closely by Leanna Seward of Andover in lane 4. Battle for third place between lanes 2, 5, and 6. Maddie turns home with about a body length lead on Leanna Seward of Andover. Clara Hughes battling out for third place with her opponent in lane 6 there. Looks like she might be pulling away here right at the flags. And she does. Finishing in first, Maddie Hetland, time of 102.96. Leanna Seward for Andover finishes second, 106.09. And Maddie Hetland touches third, 107.88. Running out your top 6, Aubrey Haydick, Andover touches fourth. Lydia Gorowski, Andover fifth. Alyssa Pearson, Maple Grove, sixth. Up next is going to be event number 13, girls 100-yard freestyle junior varsity. We're going to have 4 heats of JV. First heat is going to be all Andover swimmers. In lane 1 is going to be Chloe Kenzie. Lane 2, Ireland Christensen. Lane 3, Addie Ingvoldson. Lane 4, Ava Almos. Lane 5, Lillian Muir. And in lane 6, Haley Vang. As we update the team scores following that 100-yard butterfly, your Maple Grove Crimson are now leading 65-29. Lane 3 for Andover touches first. That's Addie Engvoldson. Lane 1, Chloe Kenzie touches second. Your next two heats are going to be all Maple Grove swimmers. Heat 2 is in lane 1, Bella Anderson. Lane 2, Coco Brovelite. Lane 4, Summer Glover. Lane 5, Evelyn Midgarden. Lane 6, Tanya Sai. And at the 50, it looks like Coco Brovelite along with Bella Anderson in lanes 2 and 1 turn first. And as they are coming into the final stretch, Coco Brovelite in lane 2 has about a body length lead on the field. She touches the wall in first. Bella Anderson will touch second. Summer Glover will touch third, followed by Tanya Sai and then Evelyn Midgarden. Up next is Heat 3. In lane 1, Chloe Niedzielski. Lane 2, Ella Meisner. Lane 3, Heidi Buchanan. Lane 4, Brielle Caldor. Lane 5, Kara Adams. And in lane 6, Maddie Merrick. Again, this is an all Maple Grove heat. Turning right next to each other, lanes 2 and 3, that's going to be Ella Meisner and Heidi Buchanan. They turn at the 50, 28-8 and 28-9-9. They're going to battle it out here as they turn for home. As they both come into the wall. That's Ella Meisner touching just ahead of Heidi. Lane 1, Chloe Niedzielski will touch third. They'll be followed by Brielle Caldor, lane 4, Kara Adams, lane 5, and Maddie Merrick is coming into the wall here in lane 6. The swim ladies. Final heat of junior varsity, heat 4. This will be a combined Maple Grove Andover heat. In lane 1 is Molly Carlson, Maple Grove. Lane 2, Emma Sokolovsky, Andover. Lane 3, Allie Kellner, Maple Grove. Lane 4, Kennedy McGowan, Andover. Lane 5, Bridget Fries, Maple Grove. And in lane 6, Frankie Foster, Andover. Tight race at the first turn. Looks like your Crimson swimmers in lanes 1, 3, and 5 are taking a slight lead on Andover. Molly Carlson over there in lane 1 is going to turn first, followed closely by Bridget Fries and Allie Kellner. All three swimmers for Maple Grove, neck and neck. As they turn for home, it's Molly Carlson turning first, followed closely by Bridget, followed closely by Allie. And as they come into the wall, Molly Carlson will touch first, 103.52. Bridget Fries touches second, 103.84. Allie Kellner will touch third, 104.61. They'll be followed by Andover, lane 2, Emma Sokolovsky, lane 4, Kennedy McGowan, and lane 6, Frankie Foster. Up next is event number 14, girls 100-yard freestyle varsity. Lane 1 is Lily Peterson from Maple Grove. Lane 2, Bella Kirschman, Andover. Lane 3, Kaya Flaherty, Maple Grove. Lane 4, Allie Oswell, Andover. Lane 5, Charlotte Woods, Maple Grove. And in lane 6, Mary Blair, Andover. Looks to be a fast heat here. We got Kaya Flaherty and Charlotte Woods out quick, turning at about the same time. Lily Peterson is battling out for third right now. It's Kaya turning first at the 50, followed closely by Charlotte. Looks like Lily Peterson is opening up a bit of a lead for third place as they turn for home. That's Kaya Flaherty coming into the wall. She'll touch in a time of 55.98. Charlotte Woods, 57.89. And Lily Peterson, 59.26. Nice swim, Crimson. Touching fourth, lane 2, that's Bella Kirschman. Touching fifth, lane 4, Allie Oswell. Touching sixth, Mary Blair. Up next is going to be event 15, girls 500-yard freestyle junior varsity. Battle of endurance here in this race. 20 lengths of the pool. In lane 1 is going to be Julia De Silva, Maple Grove. Lane 3, Evie Nelson, Maple Grove. And in lane 5, Lauren Herons, Maple Grove. No Andover swimmers in this junior varsity heat of the 500. If you can hear that bell, that's for the lead swimmer as she turns for her final lap. That's Evie Nelson there in lane 4. Looks like she's followed by Lauren Herons in lane 5. It's Julia Da Silva over in lane 1. Evie Nelson, she'll touch finish with a time of 6:06:54. And Lauren Herons, she'll finish, she'll touch in a time of 6:25:77. It's Julia Da Silva over in lane 1 with a strong kick on her final lap. As she comes into the wall, she'll touch at a time of 6:48:49. Up next, event 16, girls 500 yard freestyle varsity. In lane 1 for Maple Grove, Sophie Nelson. In lane 2 for Andover, Eva King. Lane 3, Maple Grove, Molly Menning. Lane 4, Andover, Kira Elliott. Lane 5, Maple Grove, Sarah Call. Lane 6, Andover, Lauren Russell. As we take off, your Maple Grove swimmers, I should have said this earlier, but your Maple Grove swimmers from left to right, lane 1 on the far left, lane 3 in the middle, lane 5. Andover swimmers lane 2, 4, and 6. Lanes 3, 4, 5 turn together at the first 50. 9 more laps to go. At the 100, looks like Sarah Call is holding a slight lead. Molly Menning following her closely behind over in lane 3. And they are followed by 2 Andover swimmers, Ava King in lane 2, Kira Elliott in lane 4. Sophie Nelson close behind there and over in lane 1 for your Crimson. At that split, Molly Menning, slightly faster split than Sarah Call. Sarah still holds a slight lead. Test of endurance this race. See if you can hold those splits at about an equal time as much as possible. Sarah Call takes that 50 split right back. Again, Sarah Call here in lane 5 with a slight edge over Molly Menning in lane 3. And Sophie Nelson is battling out for third place with 2 Andover swimmers there in lane 2 and 4. Sophie Nelson on the far left of your screen in lane 1. Looks like Molly Menning took that 50 split. So Sarah and Molly are battling back and forth. Who has the faster split? Each 50. Kind of trading off. And over in lane 1, Sophie Nelson has built up about a body length lead now. So she is sitting comfortably in third place at the moment. Both swimmers, Sarah Call and Molly Menning, split just over 36 seconds. Same with Molly Menning, 36.5. I'm sorry, same with Sophie Nelson, 36.58. Sarah had the faster split there over Molly. See, as they come into the wall here, they have about 100 left. Maybe 100, maybe 150 left. Sorry, I'm losing track myself. Molly Menning taking that 50 split. 35.83. Sarah Call turning at 36.36 in that 50. Sophie Nelson with a 36.61 on her split. Looks like Molly Menning is starting to turn it on a little bit. She's taking over a bit of a lead here on Sarah. She drops that split down to 34.84. So she's really picked up the pace there on that 50. Sarah Call with a split of 36.40. Molly Menning with a split of 36.51. This is your bell lap. Molly Menning will turn. That split of 34.98. So again, under 35. Sarah Call turns at 36.98. And Sophie Nelson turns at 35.88 with that 50. All 3 swimmers for your Crimson, 1, 2, and 3 on their final lap. As Molly comes into the wall here, she'll touch at a time of 5:47.98. Sarah will touch at a time of 5:53.90. And Sophie Nelson, she'll touch at a time of 5:57.36, all under 6 minutes. Great job, girls. Touching fourth for Andover, that's Kira Elliott. Touching fifth for Andover, that's Ava King. That's Lauren Russell for Andover on her final length. As she finishes up next is going to be event number 17, girls 200-yard freestyle relay. Junior varsity, 2 heats of junior varsity. Heat 1 is going to be an all Maple Grove heat. We're going to be in lanes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In lane 1, leading off for Maple Grove, Kara Adams. Lane 2, leading off for Maple Grove, Whitney Kowalski. Lane 3, Annalise Mayer. Lane 4, Tanya Sai. Lane 5, Maria Walton. And this is the 200-yard freestyle relay. Each swimmer will swim a 50. Diving into the water there in lane 3 looks like Harper Marsh. Over in lane 1, that looks like Bella Anderson. Lane 2 looks to be Summer Glover. Lane 4, Evie Port. And in lane 5 is going to be Lily Stevens. Coming into the wall here, lane 3 was going to be Abigail Luke diving into the water. Over in lane 1, it looks like Greta Bransoff. In lane 2, we have Jacqueline Cadwell. In lane 4, we're going to have Miriam Murad. And lane 5 will be Liz Sorensen. Looks like lane 1 is taking over the lead here. Your anchor leg over in lane 1 is going to be Claire Grimsheed. Your anchor in lane 3 is going to be Maddie Merrick. And your anchor in lane 2, Coco Brovolite. The anchor legs in lanes 4 is going to be Evelyn Midgarden. And in lane 5, Ella Van Kirk. As we finish off Heat 1 of Junior Varsity here. Up next is going to be Heat 2. This will be a mixed Maple Grove Andover heat. Again, Maple Grove in lanes 1, 3, and 5. Andover lanes 2, 4, and 6. Lane 1 on the far left of your viewing screen, lane 6 on the far right.
She's swimming. She's not listed on being listed.
Try to update the score here. Through the 500 freestyle, looks like Maple Grove has a lead of 91 to 35. Leading off in lane 1 for Maple Grove is going to be Macy Noble. Oh, see. Sorry, folks. Gotta get with it here with this live stream this year. 200-yard freestyle relays in the water. All right, back to who's swimming. Lane 1 for Maple Grove. Leading off will be Macy Noble. Lane 2 for Andover, Eva Almus. Lane 3 for Maple Grove, Bridget Freeze. Lane 4, Andover, Sunita Bounty. Lane 5 for Maple Grove, Alyssa Pearson. And in lane 6 for Andover, Sophia Rowe. Slight delay as we wait for the official to be ready. And swimmers are up on the blocks. Taking it out quick there in lane 3 is Bridget Fries from Maple Grove. Lane 5, that's Alyssa Pearson from Maple Grove. They're followed closely by Sunita of Andover. Into the water for lane 3, Maple Grove, Lauren Herons. Lane 5, Maple Grove, Chloe Niedzilski. Lane 1, Maple Grove, Jaden Williams for Andover. In lane 4 is Haley Van. Lane 2, Aurora Gitter. And in lane 6, Betsy Gorowski. Your Crimson in lane 3 holding a commanding lead, comfortable lead, along with lane 5, your Crimson there in second. Into the water, lane 3, that's Mia Johnson from Maple Grove. Lane 5, that's Sophie Nelson. Over in lane 1, that's Anna Van Murray. That rounds out your Crimson swimmers. In lane 4 for Andover, Addie Ingvoldson. Lane 2, Mara Valley for Andover. And in lane 6 for Andover, Molly Watson. Tight race here between lanes 3 and 5, your Crimson. In for your anchor leg, lane 3 is going to be Brielle Caldor. Lane 5, Evie Nelson. Over in lane 1, that's going to be Julia De Silva as your anchor. For Andover in lanes 4, that's Ariel Blichfeld. In lane 2, Alexis Jackson. And in lane 6, Charlotte Davis will be coming in. Tight race here between lanes 3 and 5 as they come into the finish. Looks like 5 might have the edge, and they do. Will touch first, followed by your Crimson team in lane 3, followed closely by Andover in lane 4, and touching fourth, your Crimson over in lane 1. Up next is going to be event 18. This is your girls 200-yard freestyle relay varsity. In lane 1 is going to be Sarah Call leading off for Maple Grove. In lane 2 for Andover leading off, Lydia Gorowski. Lane 3 for Maple Grove, Clara Hughes. Lane 4, Andover, Leanna Seward. Lane 5, Maple Grove, Heidi Buchanan. And in lane 6, Andover, Allie Fiala. Sarah Call over in lane 1 looks like she has a slight lead, followed by Heidi Buchanan and Clara Hughes. Your Crimson swimming 1, 2, 3 at the moment. In for your Crimson swimmers over in lane 1, Vedika Thapa. Lane 3, that's Charlotte Woods. Lane 5, that's Genevieve Cadwell. For your Andover Huskies in lane 4, that's Allie Oswell. Lane 2, that's Mary Blair. And in lane 6, that's Alexis Wynn. Looks like Charlotte's going to come in with the lead now. She'll pass it off to Maddie Hetland in lane 3. In lane 5 for your Crimson will be Allie Kellner. Lane 1 for your Crimson, Kana Gadke. For Andover, lane 2 is going to be Emma Sokolovsky. Lane 4, Ava King. And in lane 6, Chloe Kenzie. The Crimson have a comfortable lead here as they pass it off to the anchor. That's going to be Kaya Flaherty diving into the water there in lane 3. In lane 4 for Andover is Kira Elliott. Lane 5 for Crimson, you get the Crimson, Molly Menning. Lane 1 for your Crimson, Molly Carlson. Lane 2 for Andover is Bella Kirschman, and in lane 6 for Andover, Frankie Foster. Kyle will touch the wall there for your Crimson. Time of 1:47.35 for your Crimson. Andover will touch second in lane 4. Your Crimson in lane 5 will touch third. Andover touches fourth in lane 2. Crimson in lane 1, fifth. And Andover in lane 6 comes in sixth. Up next is going to be event number 19, the girls 100-yard backstroke. Junior Varsity is up first. In lane 1, we're going to have Anna Vermery for Maple Grove. In lane 2, Alexis Wynn for Andover. In lane 3, Ella Meisner, Maple Grove. Lane 4, Sakura Kambuni, Andover. Lane 5, Macy Noble, Maple Grove. No swimmer, lane 6. Taking a slight break as we await the officials. It looks like we're ready to go as the swimmers jump into the water. Again, this is a 100-yard backstroke junior varsity heat. Ella Meisner out to a quick lead there in lane 3 for your Crimson. Followed by Andover in lane 4, Sakura Kambuni. That's Anna Murray for Maple Grove over in lane 1, turning third. Macy Noble, Maple Grove, turning fourth in lane 5. And as they come into the wall, looks like Ella Meisner will touch first. Time of 1:13.25. She's going to be followed by Sakura Kambuni from Andover. Anna Murray from Maple Grove will touch third. Macy Noble, lane 5, will touch fourth. And Alexis Wynn for Andover will touch fifth. Up next is going to be event 20, girls 100-yard backstroke varsity. In lane 1, for your Crimson, Mia Johnson. Lane 2, for Andover, Morgan Sheely. Lane 3, Maple Grove, Morgan Thompson. Lane 4, Andover, Grace Summerbell. Lane 5, Maple Grove, Olivia Plude. And in lane 6 for Andover, Kennedy McGowan. Morgan Thompson out to about a body length lead after the first 25. She's followed by Grace Summerbell of Andover there in lane 4. Olivia Plude in lane 5, closely behind there. Morgan Thompson turning for home with a comfortable lead. Looks like it's going to be a battle for second between Grace Somerville of Andover and Olivia Plude, Maple Grove. Neck and neck right now. Olivia might have the slight edge now. Looks like as she comes into the flag, she's gonna come into the wall and touch second for your Crimson. Morgan Thompson finishes 102.14. Olivia finishes 108.74. Grace Somerville touches third. Touching fourth for Andover, Morgan Sheely. Mia Johnson for Maple Grove touches fifth, time of 112.48. And Andover's Kennedy McGowan will touch sixth. Up next is event 21, the girls 100-yard breaststroke, junior varsity. In lane 1 for Maple Grove, Lily Stevens. Lane 2 for Andover, Haley Vang. Lane 3 for Maple Grove, Bridget Fries. Lane 4, Andover, Mary Blair. Lane 5, Maple Grove, Annalise Mayer. And in lane 6 for Andover, Addie Ingvoldson. Bridget Fries out to the quick lead here. She's in lane 3. Annalise Mayer in lane 5. About a body length behind. And Lily Stevens from Maple Grove over in lane 1. She'll turn third at the moment. She's in a battle for third with Andover's Mary Blair in lane 4. As they turn for home, that's Bridget Fries, the comfortable lead. She'll touch at a time of 118.80. Touching second will be Maple Grove's Annalise Mayer. I apologize, I might have said the wrong name previously. Annalise Mayer touches second for Maple Grove. Time of 1:22:31. Touching third for Maple Grove, Lily Stevens. Time of 1:31:15. Up next is going to be event 22, Varsity. Girls 100-yard breaststroke. Lane 1 is going to be Chloe Niedzilski for Maple Grove. Lane 2, Sunita Kambuni, Andover. Lane 3, Libby Bacher, Maple Grove. Lane 4, Lauren Russell, Andover. Lane 5, Sarah Call, Maple Grove. And in lane 6, Allie Fiala, Andover. Turning at the 50, Libby Bacher with split of 31.72. She's going to be followed by Sarah Call. She turns a split of 35.77. And she'll be followed by Chloe Niedzilski, 37.92 at the split. Crimson swimmers swimming 1, 2, 3 in this event. Libya will touch the wall. 108.47 for your Crimson. Sarah Call is coming in. She'll touch at a time of 1:14.69. And Chloe Niedzielski will touch at a time of 1:17.91. Your Andover swimmers, Lauren Russell, will touch fourth. Sunita, lane 2, touches fifth. And Allie will touch sixth. Up next is going to be event 23, girls 400-yard freestyle relay, junior varsity. Apologize, I haven't been changing the events on your viewing screen. That was the 100-yard breaststroke that just went. Up next here is the 400-yard freestyle relay. We'll get the scores updated here as we get a chance to. Into the water here. In lane 1 for Maple Grove is Harper Marsh. In lane 2 for Andover, Charlotte Davis. In lane 3 for Maple Grove is Olivia Plude. In lane 4 for Andover is Zoe Hughes. And in lane 5 for Maple Grove, Jaden Williams. Again, this is a 4x100 yard freestyle relay. Each swimmer swims 100 free. As we update the score, your Crimson with a score of 101 and Andover with a score of 65. That's Olivia Plude in lane 3 for Maple Grove. She'll come in, pass it off to Molly Carlson. For Andover in lane 4, that's going to be Mara Valley. Lane 5 for Maple Grove, that's going to be Claire Grimsheed. Lane 1 for Maple Grove, Evelyn Midgarden. In lane 2 for Andover will be Ireland Christensen. As we come into the third leg, Molly Carlson will pass it off to Brielle Caldor in lane 3 there. In lane 5 for your Crimson will be Summer Glover. Diving into the water there. Lane 4 will be Ava Elmas, Andover. In lane 1 here, you're going to have Tanya Sai. And lane 2 for Andover, you'll have Aurora Gitter. And as we come in for the anchor leg here, we're going to have Heidi Buchanan in lane 3 diving into the water. Lane 5 for your Crimson will be Lillian Muir. I'm sorry, Kana Gadke, lane 5 for your Crimson. Lillian Muir is for Andover, lane 4. In lane 1 for Maple Grove, the anchor will be Kara Adams. And in lane 2 for Andover will be Alexis Jackson. Looks like Heidi will bring this home for your Crimson in lane 3. She'll touch for her team. Finish with a time of 4:30.57. Kina Gadke, lane 5 for your Crimson. She'll touch the wall. Finish with a time of 4:46.73, it looks like. Andover will touch third there in lane 4. And Tanya Sai for Maple Grove will touch fifth for your Crimson in lane 1. Time of 5:18.37 for that team. As we get ready here for the last event of the evening, event 24, girls 400-yard freestyle relay, varsity. In lane 1, leading off for Maple Grove will be Ella Meisner. In lane 2, leading off for Andover, Aubrey Haydick. In lane 3, for Maple Grove, leading off, Morgan Thompson. In lane 4, for Andover, leading off, Grace Somerbell. Lane 5, for Maple Grove, Claire Hughes is leading off. Lane 6 for Andover, Frankie Foster. Out in front there in lane 3, Morgan Thompson for Maple Grove. She's followed by your Crimson in lane 5 and lane 1. Crimson swimming 1, 2, and 3 at the moment. Actually, Andover might have turned third there in lane 2, but it's a very tight race. Next up for your Crimson in lane 3 is going to be Lily Peterson. Over in lane 1 for your Crimson will be Evie Nelson. Lane 5 for your Crimson, Mia Johnson. For Andover in lane 4 is going to be Bella Kirschman. Lane 2, Emma Sokolowski. And in lane 6 will be Ariel Butchfeld. Blue Crimson in lane 3 hold a commanding lead, but it is going to be a tight race for second, third, fourth, fifth between lanes 1, 2, 4, and 5. All swimming together. Into the water here for Maple Grove in lane 3 is going to be Maddie Hetland. In lane 1 for Maple Grove, we're going to have Vedika Thapa. And in lane 5 for Maple Grove will be Sophie Nelson. For your Andover Huskies, I don't have a swimmer name in lane 2. Lane 4 is going to be Morgan Sheely. And in lane 6 will be Sakura Kambuni. Coming into this final leg of the relay, your anchor in lane 4 for lane 3 for Maple Grove is going to be Libby Bacher. In lane 1 for Maple Grove is going to be Lauren Herons. In lane 5 for Maple Grove, Molly Menning. For your Andover Huskies, in lane 2 will be Lauren Russell. Lane 4, Ava King. And in lane 6, Kennedy McGowan. Your Crimson Swimmers relays are swimming 1 and 2 at the moment, maybe even third. Tight race for third between Crimson in lane 1 and Andover in lane 4. As Libby Bacher touches the wall for your Crimson, finishing time of 3:50.61. Continues to be a tight race for second, third, and fourth. Your Crimson are leading here in lane 5 at the moment. Andover's making a push. Looks like your Crimson are going to hold them off though. That's Molly Menning touching in third for her team. Time of 4:14.30. Andover will touch third, 4:15.50. And Maple Grove will touch fourth over in lane 1. That's Lauren Herons. Her team finishing in a time of 4:18.93. Andover's team in lane 2 finishes fifth. And their team in lane 6 will touch sixth here. That'll be the conclusion of the meet here. If we get an updated score at the end, I will share it. But your Crimson comes away with in their first dual meet with a victory. We do know that. Looks like the finishing score, if this is correct, 101.77. 101 for your Crimson, 77 for Andover. We thank those for joining us tonight. We'll catch you next time. Hopefully we'll have the kinks worked out by then. Have a good night, everybody.